vest to disrupt my life ever since you got back to Santa Barbara.
Oh, if you think you've seen my vest, you're in for a very rude awakening.
It wasn't enough to hurt my family. Now you're after my money. Is that what it is?
СиСи, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I've had very little sleep and I'm simply not up to one of your tirades.
I'm going to tell you something. At this point in time, I've been handling you with kid gloves. You keep on like this, I'm going to get a hell of a lot tougher.
Yes, well, you do that. And why don't you come back when you have?
Pamela, no matter how much it takes, I'm going to beat you.
That's fine, because I'm ready to do battle. And this oil rig is just the beginning. I've waited over 25 years to claim what's rightfully mine. So you better prepare to see your world crumble, because by the time I'm finished, this house will be the new seat of power, and the mighty СиСi cup will be nothing but a faded memory.
You have the nerve to try what you're saying you're going to do. You're going to be very sorry, woman.
Oh, I recognize that look. I remember it well. The overbearing confidence, the blazing ego, the intensity. And I remember everything I got from you usually happened in the bedroom, and as I seem to recall, it was never very awe-inspiring.
I don't find no sign of Cruz and Eden at any of the rendezvous points. What about you?
Nothing. The only thing this thing has led me to is a dead body, and the cops can't even tell me anything about him other than he was Japanese and a dock worker. I mean, this is going nowhere.
Easy. Relax. I'll tell you what. You keep racking your brains. I'll take care of the fireman over here. When I get back, we can both tackle this problem. The main thing is keep the faith. Okay.
Perfect. Right? Yeah, I've seen that before.
This where?
Right here. Last night it was somewhere around here.
What?
Oh yeah. It was over here on this poster board over here. It was some kind of, I don't know, heavy-duty religious message about matters of life and death, important, something like that.
Was there an address, a phone number?
You know something? I only have a semi-photographic memory now, so I don't remember the phone number, but I think
I'll take the address.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. Let's see, it was old St. Barnaby's Road, Wildwood Road.
That's great. That's great. This is just the break we've been looking for. Well, you're terrific.
Tell
Perl I'll be right back. Okay, just tell him I'll be right back.
Tell him anything you want. Just watch the world.
Simmons, I just got a break in Cruz and Eden. You gotta come with me.
Hey, I've had hot leads on Cruz and Eden all night long. I don't know water the horses, man. Besides, you weren't supposed to know where they are.
I didn't. I do now. I've got an address. Come on, we've got to get back up. We got to get police back up. We got to go, though, okay?
Okay, all right. I warn you, though, if I'm giving up my wireless rancheros for a wild goose chase.
Now you die, Castillo!
Something, Kane. I know you're into high drama, but what makes you so sure that Cruz is such a great thing?
You seen this?
Oh, yes, I have seen that. He's absolutely nowhere except maybe back to Jerry and the Pirates.
Well, if you'd spend more time doing your homework instead of spending all your time trying to pin everything on Cruz, you might know what we're up against.
Oh, well, please, enlighten me.
This is a symbol of an ancient samurai sect. They're still around. They put a very low profile on human life.
Maybe they do car insurance, too.
I think they're responsible for Eden and Cruz's disappearance.
You have to be in great danger. Cruz had elected to escape with the help of the rest of you. I mean, he could have gone through normal legal channels and tried to get acquitted.
Oh, no, he knew he didn't have a prayer when you were part of that legal system.
You're not talking to one of Santa's helpers here, my friend. You're talking to the district attorney.
Well, that's the biggest joke of all. I mean, all you've done is use your title for vengeance against Cruz. You backed him up against the wall till his only alternative was to escape to clear his own name.
Skating on thin ice, Mom.
No. You're the one on thin ice, Timmons. If anything happens to either one of them, the blood is on your hands. And I'll tell you, if it happens, I'll make it my personal business to make sure that justice is done.
Any word?
Not yet, but I'll tell you something. Kane may have found them.
Where?
Where? Yeah, right. Keith and Kane are checking it out right now.
Well, where? Do you know the approximate area?
I know the exact area.
Well, then tell it to me.
Julie, why do you want to know? You're not going to jump in on this. This is not your gig, okay? Number one, it's dangerous. Number two, the police are working on. Number three, I think you should just calm, relax, take it easy.
Pearl, Mason and I have a client to protect him. When Timmons is out there, his rights are up for grabs.
Everybody's got somebody to protect. What about you? Who's protecting you? I'm really concerned about you more than I am about Cruz. That's the irony of the situation. You are a nervous wreck. So why don't you just take a deep breath, relax, and help me out with the violence situation here? Yes.
I can't. I hate waiting.
You hate waiting? Well, why don't you make waiting something good, huh? They need us right now. You get an apron.
An apron? All right. Okay, I will.
Good girl. What's with Mason anyway? He's supposed to be covering Cruz's rights. Where is he?
Hard to say. He's preoccupied with his own agenda. He forgot to keep me posted as to where he is and what he might be doing.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I can be there at about 7:30. Yeah, great. Yeah, I'll see you there, Ralph. Thanks for everything, huh? Mother!
I know it's very early, but I wanted to catch you before you left for the office.
Of course, what's wrong?
Oh, this whole oil rig business. Just know how divisive it's going to be for the whole family, and I just don't want to be an extra burden on you.
You're not a burden. I just want to see you get what you deserve.
Oh, darling, I'm so fortunate. Your love and loyalty, they're so very important to me. But for your sake, and for Kelly's and Jeffrey's, I want to lessen the friction as much as possible. Isn't there any way we can resolve this quickly without dragging it through the courts?
You're not getting cold feet, are you, Mother? You're going to have to be strong if we see this through, and it's going to take a little time.
Yes, that's why I want to know if there's any way we can shorten it. I hate to think what it could do to our family. The thought of it is rather frightening.
Well, we haven't even begun the preliminary stages. But I have a meeting in half an hour with the man who has all the facts and figures. I'll see if we can't come up with a plan of action that will move things along.
Good. I'd like you to try. And look, darling, there is one other thing. I want you to consider this very carefully. If we get the judgment, and I do get the money, don't you think it would be better if I did leave town?
I won't hear of it. I won't let Dad run you off, Mother. Your home is here now, near Jeffrey and me. And that's the way it's gonna stay.
Kill me. You...
No, he's the only one that can save you. Don't do it. No.
Kill me. I want to die.
Now hold on, stop! Don't come any closer to me! I am one with the master.
Go ahead, man. It's the ultimate, right? Just like a limit.
Don't think about the pain, or the blood, or the fact that it may take a while till you actually die, Kirk. Go ahead. Go ahead, do it!
Well, looks like the master's gonna have to wait for a while, huh?
Who the hell is this guy, anyway?
Oh, that's Eden's psycho ex-husband. I'd know that yuppie face anywhere.
He planned the whole thing. He was behind it all.
There are 2 tapes on the table that proved he worked with Elena.
He admits to killing Elena?
Elena killed herself. They planned it together. They both wanted me in jail for the rest of my life.
Wait a minute. Nicholas admitted to killing Elena.
He didn't do it, Keith. He only thinks he killed her.
Maybe Kirk only thinks he conspired with Lena.
Tell him, Kirk. Please.
Everything you need is here. All the proof is on the tapes. Cruz Castillo killed no one.
I was just speaking with a representative from Capwell Enterprises before you got here.
Good. What did they say?
Well, I haven't seen all the paperwork yet, but based on the preliminary findings, I think we could expect a settlement somewhere in the neighborhood of $25 million.
Really? So much?
If not more.
It seems incredible. I'd hardly believe it.
Well, I haven't seen it in writing yet, so I don't want to start counting our chickens, but you might want to get out your calculator just in case.
Darling, it sounds wonderful, but I can't imagine СиСи ever agreeing to such a figure.
He has no choice, Mother. Since the oil well has been in your name all these years, he owes you the royalties on what it's produced. If he settles now for the $25 million, which is a compromise figure, he'll save a significant percentage of the actual royalties, as well as the cost of a long legal battle.
And if he refuses, what then?
He'd be foolish to.
Or very stubborn, which he is.
If he decides to fight us, it would take a while longer. But then we'd go after the entire amount.
Which would be? How much?
The actual royalties, plus interest alone, amount to $50 million. And we'd also go after punitive damages on the grounds that Dad tried to defraud you.
Meyson, darling, this is going to mean months and months of litigation and publicity, dredging up so much ugliness. So many unpleasant things will come out.
Mother, that's the nature of the game. And if we can prove intent to defraud, then the sky's the only bottom line as far as what we might collect. Can I talk to you a minute?
Yeah. Sure.
Anything about Eden?
Kane went to check out a few leads. He'll be back in a minute. I know it's hard to wait.
Waiting is not the only thing about today that's making me crazy. It's this litigation about that oil rig. It's got me nuts. Meyson and Pamela didn't waste a minute.
I don't always understand Meyson's motives, but I really don't think that he's out to hurt you.
And you don't know my son. Because all through the years, there's been some kind of tension between us. Now Pamela's convinced him that I maliciously hurt her all those years ago and all through the years since. I mean, she's made sure that she managed to reinforce the resentment he's had against me all these years. What I don't understand, what I've heard about, is that he just seems to forget about all the other people that he loves to go after me.
I don't believe that he's acting out of anything other than a sense of what he believes is right.
He's Samantha's father. You want to think that, and I admire you for it, but I know him better.
Well, it's no secret that Meyson is suffering from divided loyalties. And where his loyalties lie is a mystery to everybody but Meyson.
At the moment, they lie with his dear mother, Pamela. She slinks back into town, and everybody goes scurrying away. She didn't give a damn about Cruz. She testified because she wanted to see what kind of an effect it would have on Sophia and me. She's home for revenge. Well, no good talking about it now. Listen, I know you are very close with Meyson, and I hate to ask this, but maybe you could exert some kind of influence on him. Maybe you can get him to ease up on this whole situation, huh?
You see, I gotta say, I don't think that that's a very good idea.
You do a great service to the rest of the family. I mean, I'm willing to work out some kind of deal, but this thirst for vengeance that he has, I just don't understand it.
I think that you're giving me too much credit with the influence that I have over Meyson. I mean, I can hardly talk him into anything ever, especially when it comes to his mother.
All I want you to do is try. That's all I'm asking.
All right, I suppose I could try, but I don't think that it's going to do any good.
Just try for me. I know you can do it.
Good news, folks. I think.
What?
That was Kane on the phone. They just found C and you know who.
Well, is she all right?
What do you mean, is she all right?
All I know is they're on their way to the hospital.
Hospital?
What happened? Folks, I don't have the details. I just know they encountered some pretty intense action. That's about it.
I'm going with you.
Hang on, I'll go with you.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait, you stay in touch with me.
I will. Don't worry.
Well. Who'd ever think a mother and son could make such an unpleasant picture?
Sophocles? Yeah, we're sorry to offend your eyes, your majesty, but this seems to be the only place we can get word on Cruz and Eden. As soon as we find out something, we'll go elsewhere.
We can't go in there right yet, but the doctor said that it's not serious.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That makes it better for you? That makes you happy, does it? I thought pain and suffering were more to your taste.
Only for people who deserve it.
Oh, a gathering of the clan. You know, this always touches me somehow.
How is he?
Worrying about your client, I'm glad to hear the holiday spirit hasn't lulled everybody into neglecting their job. And you'll all be happy to hear that Eden's ex-husband, Kirk, has confessed, actually, to orchestrating almost every crime in the entire affair. That includes shooting Dr. Schatz, helping Elena commit suicide, and framing Cruz.
You are serious about this?
Kirk Cranston?
Yeah, well, you know, mighty oaks from the Leghorns grow. I guess that goes for weird little nuts, too.
Then we can assume that all charges against Cruz are being dropped, huh?
Well, no, not exactly.
What do you mean, not exactly?
Well, you see, the only substantiation we have for Kirk's story is Kirk himself, and that's not exactly the most credible source. I mean, considering that he's, a near psychotic, a murderer and all, you know, I mean, not exactly the type to trust without reservation.
Keith, a confession is a confession, regardless of what you think of the confessor.
Well, no, there's more. You see, there's Cruz's breaking away from custody. I mean, admittedly, he's innocent of Elena's murder, but that doesn't justify the commission of another crime.
He had to do something after you railroaded him.
You really are a piece of work, Timmons. Everybody knows that you're totally corrupt, but nobody can come up with that one piece of irrefutable evidence that will put you behind bars. But you know, sometimes the fact that a pattern of corruption exists is enough. When I look back on your past record, the way you hunted Kelly down knowing there was evidence of her innocence, your association with that firm that turned out to be involved in a kidnapping, maybe your famous tendency to ignore evidence that doesn't support people or causes that you personally favor, well, I think the pattern is pretty clear.
Well, nobody's perfect. Even though I do have a flaw or two, I still am the people's choice, Mason.
Yeah, Timmons, but they might choose differently if they knew a little more about you. What do you suppose would happen if these facts were brought to light, laid end to end, metaphorically speaking? What do you suppose the voters would think of you then?
You have no business being here. You have no right being here.
No right? I'm here to finally put my daughter's memory to rest. In fact, your daughter, Elena, was every bit as much your child as mine. And that's only one of the things we share, isn't it, СиСи? Besides oil wells and other dark treasures buried deep in the ocean.
I think that speech you just gave to Keith was a masterpiece in understated threat. I think maybe it'll give him pause.
I wouldn't write Keith off just yet. But if he doesn't take the warning, we'll deal with the problems as they arrive. Now, would you excuse me? I have some work to take care of.
Sure. Mason, are you going to see Victoria off?
I see she's spoken to you about her little trip.
She mentioned it.
Mm-hmm. Well, did she also mention that she wasn't leaving for her mother's until later this afternoon?
So I thought you might want to spend what time you had left with her.
She's not going off to war, Julia. She's just going to visit her mother.
Well, I know that, but whether she's going there to the trenches, she's going, you know, she's going to be gone.
Well, I appreciate your concern for my home life, Julia. You'll be happy to know that my meeting is only at Johnny's, which is just a few minutes away, and I'll come back here to check on Cruz and Eden, and then I'll go right home, okay?
Okay. Does your meeting have anything to do with the oil rig?
Wouldn't you rather be home with a pair of binoculars spying on your neighbors?
Stop it. I'm just concerned about you. As a friend and an associate.
Uh-huh. Anything else?
What do you mean?
Julia, I've been smelling conspiracy ever since I saw you in the waiting room talking with Dad.
The only conspiracy here is to try to get you to listen to your own conscience. Mason, I don't understand why you're doing this to your father.
What am I doing?
You're siding against him. And it's hurting him.
Did he put you on retainer to tell me this?
No, he didn't put me on retainer to tell you this. He asked me if I would try to talk you out of it. And I did.
Mm-hmm. You have. Tried.
I actually feel sorry for him.
Well, then why don't you tell him what I've been trying to tell him? I'm not doing this to him. I'm doing it for Mother. Now, I really have to run. I'll talk to you later, okay? Well, you're all right. What did he say to you?
Oh, just as usual, ranting and raving. Are you off to the office?
No, I've got that meeting I told you about.
Oh, yes, of course. Off you go. Good luck.
Thanks to both of us.
Pamela?
Julia? Well, it's very dear of you to be so concerned about my son's life. But as you well know, Mason is a hard man to reason with when he makes up his mind to do something.
Oh, I know. I don't know how you do it, but you seem to be able to talk him into anything.
I hope you're not suggesting that I put him up to this. Because if you are, you're very much mistaken. Mason himself found the deed in my name, and Mason also insisted that we should pursue it. And I don't think you're in any position to criticize any negative influence on his home life. Victoria has told me several times that he spends more time working with you than he does at home with her.
You might keep in mind that we've just finished working on a very difficult law case together.
And before that, a rather involved pregnancy. I wonder if that was more to the point.
For your information, I signed an agreement that freed Mason of any responsibility to my daughter. Mason happens to love Samantha very much. And yes, he does come to visit her from time to time, but not often enough to constitute any threat to his home life with Victoria.
That legal mind of yours is very quick to come up with answers. But I've been watching you very, very carefully, Julia. And your expression says something entirely different, my dear. Entirely different.
Hey, mate.
Well, Ralph, I'm sorry to keep you waiting.
That's all right. I just got here a minute ago.
Do you want some of this Brazilian mud?
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks.
Right.
So what do you got?
I prepared the financial report detailing the well's history for you. The figures are pretty much what I indicated when we spoke on the phone.
Can you say with absolute certainty, Ralph, that this well doesn't belong to my father?
Absolute. And that may help them escape liability for this accident. Pamela, the legal owner, could end up being responsible for all damages. I'll have to run that past legal. On the other hand, liability probably wouldn't exceed a few million at this point. And revealing that СиСи doesn't own the will could require payment of back royalties up to maybe 50 million.
Are these figures in this report?
Oh, yeah.
And there's no way Capital Enterprises can avoid paying such a large amount.
The divorce settlement provides perhaps some basis for a legal challenge. But the time frame's clearly spelled out. Now, Pamela Capwell owns that oil rig. Right now, our biggest advantage is that Pamela doesn't have any information on how valuable that well may really be.
You're right, Ralph. That's quite an advantage.
Baby. Oh, my God, you're all right.
Cruz saved us, Eddie. I gave up, but he didn't. He kept fighting for us.
He was right about everything. It turns out Elena was working with somebody the whole time.
I can't believe it. Kirk being the other man at the Laser Palace, I can't believe
He
it.
was a missing link all along. Yeah, talk about missing things. The guy was a little screwy. You should have seen him at this church.
I'm not even trying to explain to you what you do at Tennessee.
Well, now Timmy's going to have to drop charges against Cruz anyway.
Oh, I wish that were the case, but you know, Keith.
Dr. Hunt, report to 3.
Cruz.
I cannot thank you enough.
Well, let me thank you, Mr. C. Thank you for raising up this little girl.
What did the doctor say?
He said I'm fine. I just need to take it easy for a little while. I'll be okay. Pamela, have you gone in to see Dr. Nicholas yet?
No, I was just about to go in now.
Would you mind if I told him?
No, I think under the circumstances it would be highly appropriate.
Cruz. I expect that you're here for an apology.
No, actually, Doctor, I'm not.
No, I owe you this. That night at the Laser Palace, I panicked. And then I kept quiet and I let you stop a Cruz. You could have been killed. It's just that I couldn't admit that I had taken my own daughter's life.
You did? She killed herself that night. She'd intended to do that all along because she wanted to frame me for it. That's why she asked ΣiSi to be there.
No, I struggled with the gun. She was going to kill you. I tried to take the gun away.
You didn't pull the trigger, did you?
But if I hadn't struggled with
Alex, she wanted to die. Not truly. You have suffered enough. We all have.
So sorry, Elena, put you through this. Thank you. Thank you for everything you've done.
I'm sorry, T. You get some rest. Thanks.
It's over. It's all finally over.
Ready to go?
Are there any more forms to fill out?
Not for you two. Ken and I'll take care of everything.
Yeah, you guys just go get some rest. I'll fill out whatever.
Thank you very much, man. We appreciate it.
Hold it right there, Castillo.
Come on. It's not fair to take him off to jail. You can prove your case with what's on the tape.
Did I say anything about jail? The word jail escaped my lips.
So what the hell, man? You come here to apologize? Is that it?
I never apologized for serving the public.
Everything you ever served was your own best interest.
I got some good news for your daughter and for her boyfriend. I went over to Judge Larson's house this morning. You think she's frightened behind the bench. You should see her in the morning without any makeup.
Would you get to the point, Keith?
I'm getting there. I convinced her that Castillo was innocent. All the charges, all the sentences have been dismissed. You're a free man.
Did you hear that?
I don't know how to begin to say how sorry I am.
Then don't. I'm the one who caused all the problems.
I should never have doubted you. I've always known what a good, upstanding, kind, good man you are. I knew in my heart you couldn't ever hurt Elena.
But I did. I didn't mean to. I couldn't find a way to help her.
Why didn't you tell us all the truth sooner?
I couldn't, Pamela. I know that I've spared everybody a lot of grief, but somehow I was powerless to do it.
Let's not dwell on it, Alex. The important thing is that we can start again. It's a new beginning for both of us, Alex.
What are your plans now?
My plans are to stay here and start rebuilding my life with the people I love. People I should never have been separated from in the first place.
Pamela, I can't tell you how long I've waited to hear that. I can't believe the moment is actually here. I've dreamed of this. Everything that's happened to me.
every success, every prize, every recognition I've ever received, the only thing I ever really wanted was to be with you, to have a chance to start over again with you.
Whenever I've needed help in the past, you've always been there. You've never let me down, but this time, Alex, this time I have to do it on my own.
No, I don't want to talk about the past. I just want us to be together again. Exactly the way we used to be, to have everything be the same between us. I'm here for you. Whatever you want, I'm here. Whatever you need, I'm here.
Thank you, Alex. I value your friendship more than any friendship I've ever had in my life. This time, as I said before, I've got to do it on my own.
Why? I don't know. Wait a minute, Pamela, you just said...
I'm afraid I said it badly, Alex. It can't be that way between us. Not anymore. I'm very, very sorry, Alex.
Well, hey, everything's gonna be fine. Cruz and Eden both just checked out.
So soon?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is a miracle.
Eden sends her love and her thanks.
Oh.
It's all over, Pearl. You know, I think we did a heck of a job.
Hey.
Congratulations, buddy.
You too, man. I mean, without your help, what do you say we both celebrate? Break out the bubbly, huh?
Yeah.
Look what I got for the cake.
That sounds good. Good
Yeah.
way to say goodbye.
Goodbye. Where are we going?
No, I'm just thinking it's time to leave.
What?
You know.
To leave?
Well, yeah. I've been here a while, and I think it's time to move on.
Move? What is this? Paladin or something? Move on? You just got here. You said a month ago you like it. You want to settle down. This is all.
I know. I'm not good at putting down my roots, so I think I am, but I'm really not. I get to a place, and then I get antsy after I've been there a while.
Nancy, you just try to leave. You won't be able to. You know why? Barbara's going to send out a posse after you. You're so popular. I don't know why, but you are. Also, Edie, she ain't going to let you go.
No way.
No way. She's got her own life going now. She's up, she's walking. She doesn't need me hanging around.
Oh, come on. I wish you'd stop deciding what people need and what they don't need. Besides, if you go, who's going to help Cruzy run the last resort detective agency?
You are.
Oh, no. I'm not cut out to be a detective.
Oh, it's the first time I've heard you say that.
Pal, I've got places to go, things to do, women to chase. Huh? Speaking of which, Julia, over here. We got a celebration happening. I got a third glass. Come on, some champagne.
No, I've got to set up shop here and get back to work.
What are you talking about? Come on, this is a special event.
Too early to drink, Paul.
This is a special occasion.
Come on, just a sip, and then we won't bother you anymore.
Mason was here a little while ago, but he decided not to hang around. Come on, you can fill in for him.
I was expecting him to be here.
Yeah, well, he didn't stay. Come on, just a toast for you. All right, yeah, we can have coffee and eggs later on. I toast.
Okay, what are we toasting to?
Oh, yeah, to the three of us. To our future in lights or wherever they may be. May our smallest wishes, may they be realized in our dreams.
Here, here.
Yes, is Rita Grant there, please? My name is Julia Wainwright. I'm the attorney handling her case. When will she be back? After Christmas? Well, she didn't tell me that. No. If you could just have her call me back the minute she gets home, I'd appreciate it. Fine, thank you.
Bad news?
No news. You know the woman that I'm representing in this surrogate case?
Mm-hmm.
She just left town and won't be back until after Christmas.
No idea where she went?
None at all. Wouldn't you think that she would talk to me about this? I didn't know she was going away.
Well, maybe she just went to look for a surrogate room at the inn. Sorry. So is there a problem? Does it pose a problem?
Just in scheduling. means that I have to take some time off, in spite of myself.
What? Julia, take some free time? How can you bear it?
Well, professionally, I really can't. It's terrible. Personally, it's terrific because I can spend some time with my daughter.
Oh.
And what better time of the year?
Yeah. This will be your first Christmas together, won't it?
Yeah.
Hey, what are you guys going to do, huh?
Oh, I don't know. We'll probably snuggle in by a wood fire and have some gourmet baby food.
Yeah?
What are you going to do?
Oh, I don't know. I guess Lakin and I will have a quiet but festive small Christmas dinner. Would you and Samantha like to join us? Oh, come on.
Oh, come on. I appreciate it, really. And I, at the risk of sounding ungrateful, can I tell you later?
Yeah, if you don't wait till after Christmas Eve. Sounds as if you're trying to keep your options open, huh?
No, I just don't know what I want to do yet.
Uh-huh. Plus the fact that Victoria's out of town and who knows who might call.
I hope that you don't think I sit around waiting for Meyson or anybody else to call. What Meyson does with his Christmas is his own affair.
So to speak.
Really? Sometimes you genuinely shock me, Lion.
Good, you're up.
Yes, Mason, I'm up. The day has begun, so please don't spoil it for me.
No such luck. We got some business to settle. I want you to take a look at this report. Ralph Kennedy compiled it for me, one of your guys.
I know Ralph Kennedy is one of my men. Why is he piling reports for you?
Because I asked him to. I'd also like you to take a look at this. It's a draft of a proposed settlement I'd like you to consider. Open to amendments within reason, of course.
You must be joking.
Do I give that impression?
Well, then you're a fool, because I'm not going to sign it.
It's a good deal, Dad. Professionally, I'd advise you to take it.
Mason, you're hysterical. Anything that cost me $25 million for nothing cannot be considered a good deal.
I'd think it through if I were you, Dad. The royalties from that well alone, plus interest, will come to about $50 million. That doesn't include any punitive damages the court might decide to award Mother. Of course, if you insist on going to court with it, I can't stop you.
Oh, Mason, you have gone too far. I see your mother's grasping little fingers manipulating you and now trying to manipulate me. Well, she's not going to do it.
You're always blaming Mother for things that are your own fault. Treated her like dirt, and now she's finally getting some justice. Name one thing she's done to you since she came back to Santa Barbara.
Since she came back, she's tried to destroy my family, my marriage, and try to hurt me financially. Well, she's not going to do it. I'm going to fight you, and I'll fight her. Do you understand?
The only thing you'll be fighting is the incompetence of your own attorneys.
No one tried to cheat your sainted mother. She received a settlement.
That settlement was a joke. Do you really want it brought out in court how much you offered her for that well? I suggest you decide by the end of the business day tomorrow afternoon, Dad. Because that's when I begin legal proceedings.
Mason, I'm not through with you.
Not through with me? I'm not one of your employees that you can order around anymore.
Mason, would you mind if we talk this over a little bit? Maybe clear the air a little bit.
I'm listening.
Thank you. You've seen for yourself what your mother's presence has done since she's come to this town. I understand you taking her side to a degree. It's only natural. But don't you think you've taken it just a little too far? I mean, you can make things a lot worse by doing what you're doing. What do you expect to accomplish by this?
I expect to see my mother get what's rightfully hers.
And hurt me any way you can to do it. Oh my God, I look at you and you're not my son.
But I'm hers. And she doesn't disown me whenever she feels the whim. Maybe that's why I stand by her. You have until tomorrow afternoon, Dad.
I can't believe we're back here.
Yeah, well, I figured one last visit wouldn't hurt.
For old time's sake.
Yeah, you might say that.
You know, you're being very.
Very. I'm being very what?
Attentive.
Well, let's just say I'm making up for old time's sake, you know? And apart all those weeks in that long haul, never knowing when they're coming to take me back to jail again, baby. And I would sooner die than live my life apart from you.
Well, we're together now. I just wish, I wish we could get away from all of this.
Well, heck, I've been running away from this for weeks. Yes, I do. I've been having exactly the same thought.
You want to get away?
Mm-hmm.
Well, where do you want to go?
Every place.
A world tour?
A scouting tour.
I don't think I'm familiar with that.
Well, see, that's when you make like a scout and you scour the world for the most romantic place. You go to all the islands you read about and the beaches you saw on a postcard, and you go to the highest mountains and the luscious valleys, and you check out the log cabins and the country inns and the chateaus and your ancient ruins. And you take weeks or heck or months, or even maybe you could take your whole life.
Well, I said that sounds pretty spectacular, but I have a question.
Why?
Exactly why? I mean, our little beach house is all I'll ever need.
Yeah, well, I like our little beach house a lot, but I think we need to find the most romantic spot on Earth to get married.
I thought you'd forgotten.
It's only been keeping me alive.
When do we leave?
Tonight, tomorrow, you name it.
Where?
Hawaii.
Oh, perfect.
No, this is what's perfect. To be a free man in your arms again, baby. I tell you what, I'm so in love, I feel I could do anything.
Just keep getting better, darling.
Who'd ever have believed it?
Anyone who believes in love.
Tonight it's... When the world is filled with Christmas merriment, some people only feel despair. On the next Oprah Winfrey Show, find out how to cope with the holiday blues. Today at 4 on Channel 2.